where Canadian politicians go when they're really, really sick. They go to the Mayo Clinic or the Campbell Clinic or one of those institutions. And the biggest problem we have now with the emergency backups is that the millions and millions of Canadians can't get access to a family doctor. So people are going to the emergency department because the patients can't self-diagnose. They don't know whether it's urgent or not. And these are all, but it's government policy. The Canadian governments in the 90s closed nursing schools, and across the country, they closed the nursing schools that were independent, attached to hospitals. They cut back medical schools by up to 30% in some provinces. And, we now, guess what? Now we have a shortage of doctors, and this was self-created. When I arrived in Canada, we were second in the world in doctors per population. According to a group called Index Mundi, who study this stuff and rank, we're now in the 70s, worse than 70th in doctors per population. That is because of government policy, not because of doctors don't want to work or come here. We have over 3,500 young Canadians going to foreign medical schools, and they're nearly all very well qualified, because they can't get a position in Canada. And I'd say the issues are all multifactorial, but they can be fixed. It's just that we need politicians with enough courage to accept that something that worked in the 60s, when there were no complex surgeries, no robotic surgeries, no stem cell therapies, hardly any medications that were expensive. Medications were cheap. And we didn't do heart transplants and lung transplants. And it worked then to have a government system, but it's not working today. And we need to do what you do in any situation, what you would do. And I use the sports analogy. If you were the coach of a hockey or soccer team, and your team was at the bottom of a league of 15, 20 teams, and you were spending more than the teams at the top 3 or 4, wouldn't you look at what they're doing differently from you?
I don't know. Have you seen the Leafs last 10, 15 years? I mean, things are not, I mean, kidding aside. Okay, Mo, you trained over in the States for a bit. You worked overseas or over in the States for a bit. Why, like, Dr. Day's making a good point there. Why would you come back? Like, it seems to me, as you mentioned there, it's like people are surly. They don't want to work in public. It sounds to me like there's a lot of strain. And so, like, you're sending, what did you say, Dr.